this fake knowledge and confidence from people when they say, I know, is weird to me. You ever gave someone feedback on something, especially when it comes to accountability, and they just say, I know, I know. Okay, so you know or have the knowledge that if you do this, it will solve this. You know or have the knowledge that you need to take this action right now. What I find oftentimes, and I do this to myself with my bad habits that I have or things that I struggle to turn my back to, I say to myself, I know, I have this problem. I know I have to do this to work on this issue, but I don't take action. What I think is interesting is that when people do this to themselves or as a response to someone else, it becomes a mental negotiation. Let's say whoever's watching this video or listening, let's say you have this really bad habit that you know is, quote, bad, right? But it's very difficult for you to get rid of it. Rather, it's almost to the point where you kind of embrace it, but you rationally understand that this isn't good for you, right? Whatever that habit is, think about it right now. Okay, so with that problem or habit, right? What is worse to you? The emotional cost of taking action, resisting, or solving that issue, the emotional cost of that, versus the theoretical future benefit of getting rid of it. Look, if you stop this habit, will you genuinely be happy? Will the cravings, the pain, the anxiety, the desires, does going through all that for, you don't even know, listen, everyone's body is different, by the way. You don't know. Everyone is different where kicking habits is like, some people it takes them weeks, some people it takes them years. But does going through that time period of feeling that pain, anxiety, desires, cravings for an unknown amount of time, does what does that unknownness, is that better than the theoretical future? Does that have more value than that? Like, do you know if you'll ever truly be happy with it being gone now? Would you really feel free? Will life be better? Will the change be good for you? You see, that's what I mean by that question. Knowledge does not equal action. Having knowledge on how to fix a situation or knowing that it's not good for you, you think due to this knowledge, the solution will be straightforward. But I asked you that question for a reason. It's because we underestimate that psychological resistance to just doing something. So when people say, I know, it's weird to me that our brain treats acquiring knowledge as a substitute for executing a task or change a habit. I said it was mental negotiation, right? It's like your brain will start bargaining with you about your habits here. Like, I know it's bad for me. It's ruining me. It's a destructive habit of mine, but technically, who am I hurting here? Technically, I got needs too. I mean, technically, nobody says anything to me about it. I mean, this helps with my stress. It makes me happy. I mean, I don't know. It's just something to do. Like, you see why, like, this bargaining that your brain is doing is not making it take action. It's just like, what I'm saying? Human beings, we literally operate on habits. We all have bad habits. The thing that I'm essentially critiquing in this video is that I know, that cycle. Look, the thing about that is that when you're validating your knowledge or competence, it's not the same as verifying an action. So instead of saying, I know, perhaps it might be better to be like, I haven't done that yet. Oh yeah? My problem I have? Yeah. I'm struggling to put something into practice to deal with it right now. You see what I did in both of those responses? I didn't preserve my ego. It's very easy to maintain a front about your competence. It's very easy to admit that you have power over a situation because you have knowledge about it. But it's not easy to the ego, your ego, to admit being powerless and incapable of change right now. Yeah, I'm struggling to put something into practice to deal with it right now. That, what I just said, is being presented like, not only am I admitting the current reality, but I am already putting it out there that I have a theoretical future. When you validate your knowledge to people who try to help you, maybe this is a little unpopular opinion. I think it's kind of manipulative. Sometimes because I feel like you're providing them a little dopamine hit that makes them feel like there's progress. Yeah, I know. Oh, that problem. Yeah, I know. I got that. Yeah. Like, you feel like, okay, like you're going to make someone feel like, all right, well, they just realized something now. Good. After I called them out on it, they realized it. awesome. And it's like, bro, like, ask yourself this instead. Did they always know? Or are they saying that to shut down further criticism? You can take the moral and intellectual high ground by claiming you know the right path, right? While at the same time, you can say that, right? I know, I understand. I got, I'm gonna, yeah, I know about my problems and this and that, right? But then you literally avoid the discomfort of walking into it. You know what that means? It means we're mistaking wisdom for knowledge. We're mistaking knowledge for wisdom. Wisdom is integrated. Knowledge is static. When you have wisdom, your behavior is based on the consistency of applying knowledge. When you just have knowledge, you just have information that you could probably recite, right? You could pull out of your brain. You could talk to somebody about it, but nothing's ever applied really. So what I think is that there's nothing wrong with admitting the part of not integrating the information that you have. Like, I am aware of the problem and the solution, but I'm currently failing to execute it. Boom. Say that. Like, I have the knowledge to deal with this problem, but I've been using the knowledge as an excuse to avoid working on the solution. Or here's a good one. I'm still in the process of putting this thought to an action. That's usually my go-to. That's what I say. So, you know what I'm saying? When I'm trying to deal with my own bad habits and I know what to do with it, I tend to just keep it in my head as a thought. And that's me being honest, And it's hard for me to put in action. So I'll say that, like, yeah, what you just mentioned to me, it's in my head. I think about it. I just haven't done anything. I just haven't put it to action. You know what I'm saying? And finding that motivation or successfully bargaining against my brain to do that action goes down a whole other rabbit hole in a video topic, right? But you get what I mean. Me taking accountability that I was at least mindful of what this is shows that, okay, it's just bro not doing it. At least he ain't lying to me. At least he ain't putting up some false promise to me. That's the worst. That's the worst. I think this is where this whole topic gets rooted from, because I had an experience like that. I've done it to people and people have done it to me. Someone just recently did it to me too. It's like, dude, don't lie to me. Just say you changed your mind or you didn't do it. It's okay. Well, depending on what it is, obviously not. But I may still react. But like, bruh, I'll react way worse because you lied to me. You made a false promise to me. Just say you didn't do it. I just didn't get to it. It's still on my mind. I just haven't done it. All right. You know what? Fine. All right. I get it. You just didn't do it. Why you didn't do it? Depending on the topic, situation, conditions, whatever. But like, dude, don't lie to me, man. And this is what happens. I think a lot of people who have their habits and they're trying to break habits. I know. Like, bro, it's like you're dismissing me here. Like, yeah, I know I should. Yeah, I know. Like, bro. And anyway, it's just food for thought. You get what I'm saying? I feel like knowledge does not equal action. You get what I'm saying? Simply put, knowledge does not equal action. What do you guys think? Again, it's just food for thought. I love you guys. I'm out.